As a content creator for the past 2 years, I've noticed that Genshin Impact has this really obscure and interesting crossover with a lot of different games. And I did get a comment. I will show the receipt here.
I couldn't find it.
Someone wanted me to do a tier list of Genshin Impact, and the funny thing is I did prepare one, but then I counted all these characters, or rather I didn't count them, I saw them, because if I do count this, I probably won't do this video. I love to yap. A lot of you guys subscribe to me because you like to hear me yap. I don't like to edit my yapping because sometimes when I get really passionate, I think you heard it a lot in my reaction and analysis of the Dawn Trail trailer. I speak really, really fast, and I'm an INTP, so I get a lot of thoughts, but there's so many that I'm trying to get them all out, and often I can't fully express it, and this all intimidates me. Let me preface all of this before we get started to talk about my relationship with Genshin Impact. I used to dog Genshin Impact. I come from the era of MapleStory, post-WoW, where Korean MMOs were coming in with a lot of gacha and making a really bad name for gachapon. I'm aware that Korean MMOs before like the 2010s had gacha. I'm aware that Japan invented gacha, but Genshin Impact is known and famous as the gacha game, and this current era of gacha games is it's related to Genshin Impact. Like Genshin Impact sort of created the new label. Genshin Impact pushed the envelope in that regard. Because of that, I was very apprehensive, and I thought that this was just a very cynical, capitalistic ploy to prey on people's obsession with anime and cute things and all this to just get them to spend more and more money. The reason why I started playing Genshin Impact is because on TikTok, I have about 70K. I feel like I got a good 15K from doing Genshin Impact demo trailer reactions. If you don't play Genshin Impact and you have made it this far in the video just because you like to hear me talk about characters, if you like my vibe and you get what I'm saying when I'm just yapping as fast as I can, you need to go check out the Genshin Impact demo trailers for the characters. The demo trailers. There's a lot of different trailers. The demo trailers. It's a really fun and showy, almost draggy, campy showcase of the characters. It has a lot of great artistic design and direction. Each character has their own song. It's very, very fun. And that got me into it. I started playing the game on live streams, and now, months into it, every Friday, Saturday, I stream and we just have a key. Sometimes, you know, like we're having a fun time and we're joking and stuff like that. People from the Twitch who are watching this, you guys can weigh in. But sometimes the story is so good and the concepts are so good, the metaphors and all this stuff are so good that we just like we stop with the jokes, and it's like, I have glasses right here. This is so perfect. Okay, so in this nation, this character did this, and that symbolizes I am currently on Act 3 of the final, I'm on Act 3 of Fontaine. So I'm not fully done with Fontaine, but all of the viewers, I get about like 60 or so people watching, 60 to 70 people watching. Everyone said that I'm okay to start like sort of digging into the lore because I'm caught up. I'm still catching up, but I think it's finally time for me to give my opinion on these characters. Okay, Albedo. He does not have a lot of relation to me so far. I haven't done his story quest. I honestly don't know where he was introduced. I've only been doing the Archon quest. If he was a world quest person, then maybe I'll learn him there. That being said, from what I know about Albedo, from the things that I've seen, he's got weight to him. People like him. I love his look. I love his hair. I remember before I even started watching Genshin Impact, I saw his hair as a character and I tried to do it myself, and I was looking up tutorials and stuff. For that, I think Albedo's girly pop. Alhaithem is also girly pop, and I have such a weird relationship with Alhaithem because he has such an amazing look, but sometimes he drives me crazy. That being said, the concept behind him is really cool. Girly pop. Aloy is okay. Okay, so I'm biased towards Aloy. I don't know why. It's not because of a Horizon Zero Dawn. I'm no like Horizon stan, but it's just so funny to me that Aloy is in the game. Aloy is the only, as far as I'm concerned, the only collaboration character in the game. A full kit, full everything. And I just love to see people like being like, yeah, I have an Alo. I'm an Aloy main. Okay, go off. Go off. Please play the special limited time character from a different video game. That is so camp to me. Amber's a scab. Itto has some importance. I don't know if you see this cast. This cast is very... Honestly, we're splitting hairs because this game is girly pop. We are splitting hairs. But we have a big lack of one thing. Men. And I'm not even saying that Itto is a man like that, but he's the closest that we're going to get. I'm just saying, look, I love playing these cute little characters, okay? My team is Noelle, Furina, Gorou, and Yunjin. Please let me gamble on a man. Please let me pool on a man. I want to wail on a man. Please let me wail on a man just for one. It's just fun. Like, let's have fun. Anyway, he still looks around though. Actually, now that I'm thinking of it, he's okay. I don't want to say he's girly pop, but he's okay. Baizhu, mother. Watch the trailer. Watch the trailer. There's no explanation. Baizhu is mother. He set the tone on that trailer and he kept it. Barbara. Barbara's girly pop. Barbara, you have to be more strict to the characters that debuted first because they've had time to develop. And Barbara in Tavats, I don't know. It's like there's other people like once Yunjin showed up, Barbara just like, you know. Beidou is definitely mother, and it took a long time for Beidou to get there. The Leeway questline had a pacing that was really strange. With all that being said, Beidou came out as one of those on top. This guy, I actually don't even know his name. That's going to be a skip. He's way out there. I know that people love to run him like he's really, really meta. I have not seen a lick of him, and nobody in my chat talks about him. Candace is okay. Her representation so far is like not... For me, it's like not too much. I loved her look, but honestly, the whole quest line of the desert area, a lot of people were telling me like it was going to be bad and slow and dry. I tried to go into it like being a contrarian and being like, oh, you guys just like, you don't understand quality, whatever. I'm sure it's going to be good. I'm sorry. The desert zone was not good, and Candace, I'm so sorry. For now, I know that you have the potential to be girly pop and mother, but for now, that was not giving. Charlotte is girly pop. Charlotte is girly pop. Not only is she walking around Fontaine trying to cut deals and make stories, she's like sending me to, I literally right now in the game, she heard that I was going to jail. She heard that I was going to prison. And she said, hey, I know that like you're going to jail and stuff, but there's this really good story that I could make for the paper. And I know that you're going to jail and stuff, but could you like talk to the Duke of the jail, like the boss of the jail? I know it's like really hard or whatever, but I can like get your meal. She literally paid, she paid for my meal for me to go to jail and try to talk to the boss of the jail as a prisoner. And that alone is so camp and girly pop. I have to stand. What's her name, Chevreuse? I feel like I'm gonna see her soon. I did get her, and I don't know, there's something about her, but it's like a looks around because like it's quite literally crickets on Chevreuse, and I don't know why. Because she's dressed like a little soldier and she's got that musket, and I don't know, it looks cool to me. Chiori, mother. For people who don't know, because this is all I have to say is what Chiori is, there's no like reason or rhyme when you become mother. Like mother is just like, you know, it's mother. For people who don't know, Chiori is literally a like famous tailor and seamstress of the land of Fontaine. And she's also a combatant because every character in Genshin Impact is a combatant. But what makes her so special to me are those little dolls. She puts out these cute little, they're not Russian dolls because her character's concept is not based in Russia. But she puts out these floating little dolls. I don't know what they do because I was not able to get Chiori when she first ran. But I know they're really, really cute. Her designs are really, really amazing. She keeps all the girls in Fontaine custom fitted. That's mother. I love Chongyun. Chongyun is my little cousin. Chongyun is my little nephew. Like Chongyun, leave Chongyun alone. If you have something to say to Chongyun, say it to me first. I will answer for him. That being said, he's okay. He's okay. When you have to look at the grand scheme of things, he's okay. Collei has a really sweet story, and she's actually a really, really sweet character. I ragged on her when I played through it initially, when I first met her, because she's such good friends with Amber. And really, when you think about it, like, I have her at, like, C6. Like, the way that they treat Collei is, like, she's almost... I hate to say it, she's like a trash character. She's good. All the characters can be good, but they give her out a lot, so there's not a sense of novelty or rarity or exclusivity with her. And then they also wrote her in a way to make her kind of like, not necessarily like a pushover, but she's so she hasn't found her stride yet. She just seems like she hasn't fully developed as a character yet. So it's a looks around. Cyno, you guys, I know some people are going to correct me on how I say things. I'm really trying my best because I know that a lot of these characters are based in actual languages that exist in the real world. So I try my best to respect it. But Cyno, love his look. Love Cyno. He's not mother, but he is girly pop. Dehya kind of is a mother. Dehya is kind of mother. Dehya is kind of mother. She's definitely girly pop, but she's like so girly pop, but not, if there was a middle in between, she would be mother girly pop. Like she's the hybrid. Scam. Cat Girl. This is another one that I haven't seen, much like this guy right here. But the thing about her is her trailer was pretty cute, and her concept of a character, I don't really know her full story, but her concept of character is really fun. Like a cat girl who also is like running a bar. She's kind of like, she's quite stern and like sour, and it's like a very charming part of her personality. But one thing I love about her is she has little paw prints on her feet, and that's so cute. She's girly pop. This is funny. I didn't know about Dori. When I first started reacting to characters, I liked Dori because Dori had a pink slime, which reminds me a lot of like my early days playing MMORPGs, like Korean MMORPGs. Like there's always like a slime. And I like pink, and I thought that she was really cute, but she's definitely a scab. Just because like there's people who quite literally feel uncomfortable with her design, and I can't abide by that. She's pink, she's cute, but the character's a scab. Okay, Eula. Mother. Another one. Look at the trailer. Honestly, when it's coming down to Genshin Impact, it might come down to the trailer. I'm sorry to say that now, 9 minutes into the 10, 12 minutes into the video. It might come down. The trailer's gonna make a big impression, right? Faruzan. Mother. Like, I didn't meet Faruzan. I really didn't meet Faruzan. But the trailer told me everything I needed to know about her. Okay, this is another one. Baizhu and Faruzan, you have to watch their trailer. Miss Lightning, Miss Crow, I have such a love-hate relationship with her because Fischl is so strong. She's also really pretty and stuff, but I wanted to replace her so bad. I love using Fischl, and her animations are really fun, as well as her alternate costumes. But I was like, girl, get out of my party. But like, that's kind of like her impact. Like, she's such a strong character that the moment you get her in your roster, it's going to be really hard to not run her as a new account. And girl, Fischl, as much as I want to rank her lower, she's got to be girly pop just for the impact alone. Freminet's okay. Freminet could have definitely been mother, but I haven't gotten a chance to really get to know Freminet. I feel like I'm going to make Freminet mother once I listen to and watch his full story. Yeah. Furina, though, is mother. I will say, comparatively to the other trailers, Beidou's also kind of like this. Beidou didn't... I don't even remember Beidou's trailer if she had one, but Beidou had a really good story. Furina's kind of in the same boat. Furina had a good trailer, a really, really good trailer, but it did not compare to like some of these others here. But her story so far, I'm not even done with it yet. She's like, if we're talking about like Final Fantasy XIV references, she's mothering at the level of like Y'shtola. The performance is so amazing. Gaming? Girly pop. You're new. I want to say mother, but Gaming is so charming. So charming that it's like part of his character. They've never explicitly said like Gaming, his sort of gimmick is he's charming. No. The acting behind him, the lion dancing animations, as well as the way that they write him to be such a pleasant person. Going through that event and like riding on that boat with him and getting to know him, he's just so sweet. I want to go get boba tea with him and just ask him about his day. He's so sweet. Ganyu, I want to say, is okay. I love Ganyu. I think that she's really pretty and really sweet, but like she's not serving like some of these other here. It's getting easier to start ranking these now that it's like starting to build out. Do you guys see that? Like I feel like you're kind of getting where we're going with this is like, okay, Ganyu, we all love Ganyu. I feel like anybody who's clicked on this video, girly pop tier list of Genshin Impact, you love Ganyu, and I hear you. But like, let's really think about what's going on. Let's look at the meat of it. Like we can't put everyone in mother, even though all these characters are really good. Gorou, I want to put in mother. I am obsessed with Gorou. I'm obsessed with Gorou. I love Gorou. I don't know why. I think it's because he's got like that really cute dog tail. I don't know. He's okay though. I want to say girly pop, but he's okay. The way that the reason why I say this, Alhaithem, Gaming. I'm comparing him to the other boys, and like especially Gaming. Like Gaming's kind of the deciding factor of if you're girly pop. Do you compare to Gaming? Not really. Gaming's got way more star power. Miss Girl here is Mother. Hu Tao, I don't know where you see her in the story, but her trailer is iconic, and she had like a pretty strong run as being an icon. Now that I'm thinking of it, with like the likes of Arlechino like coming right after her, or father rather, she's girly pop. She did descend to girly pop. She descended to girly pop. Father, Mother. Father is new in the game. Genshin does, if you're splitting hairs on the meta, Genshin does have power creep, and Arlechino is a big example of it. But thankfully, they power creep on the most girly pop of the characters. Like look at some, okay, Arlechino is really strong. I know that Furina is really strong. All the characters have some sort of gimmick that you can really start to exploit, but I just appreciate that if we're going to have power creep, put it on the most iconic character you can. Jean. Everyone's speaking Jean's praises all the time. She's a Mondstadt character, and I am now in Fontaine 3 years after her introduction. Where's the content? Where's the content? Kazuha. Kazuha's okay. Kazuha could be girly pop, but I feel like he's too in the books. You know, he's too much writing. He's not like trying to like, you know, serve or like give a moment or things like that. He's very to himself, and like that more reserved personality, that more like step back personality makes him more of a side character. And girly pops, they're either stars because they want to be and intend to be, or they're stars because they just are. Kea. Looks around. Just like Jean, I'm waiting to be impressed. Ayaka has a very funny presence. She's not a funny character. She's actually quite sad. But let me before we get into that, let me I want to say Ayaka's girly pop. Ayaka's girly pop. But the reason why I say that is because she's when you meet her and you get to know her, she almost becomes like, just like Chongyun, you get a sense of protection over her. Like you want to protect her. But opposed to some of the other characters, especially in the girly pop ranking here, Ayaka is just so sweet that you can't help but love her. There's this one scene, it's actually a really lovely scene, and it reveals a lot of good stuff about her, but she essentially says, hey, so we're friends, right? And then you're like, yeah, of course, Ayaka. And she's like, I really like to dance. Can I dance for you? And it's so sweet. It's so sweet. It's so awkward, but it's so sweet, and you can't help but love that. Her brother, is it Ayato? I haven't met him yet. And he's okay. I know a lot of people want to call him girly pop, and I think maybe when Inazuma first came out, he was definitely very girly pop. But now that we have like the likes of Gaming in the game, and like Alhaithem and stuff like that, it's a little bit harder. His ultimate's really cool. I love his aesthetic. He's very like poised and regal from what I've seen, and like gorgeous and beautiful, but all of them are. Kaveh. I hear a murmur of him. I don't get on the Twitters. I stay away from Twitter, honestly, for my own mental health. I do read comments, but I try to like sort of pace myself. I try to enjoy games just from first impression. I don't really get into hype trains unless it's Final Fantasy XIV. If it's a game that I really love, like Pokemon, Final Fantasy, things like that, I'll get on the hype train. But for the most part, if I don't know the game, I'd rather just log in and play it if I can. And the only context that I get to certain characters that haven't been explicitly introduced in the Archon quest is because of my chat. And my chat has murmured about Kaveh, so for that, it's like, okay. It's not looks around, because I feel like looks around is like, we've seen them, they've had their moment to my face, and it's like, ooh, you got a lot of work to do. But okay is like, okay. Kaching could be Mother, but she's girly pop. A lot of parts of her personality just don't really feel entertaining. She doesn't need to be. Not all characters should be written to be fully entertaining, but if we're ranking this as girly pop, we have to have a sense of camp. That being said, her designs, her costumes, her look, her weapon, whew, she's so fun to play. It's like if you took this sort of flow and like femme fatale feel of Bayonetta and put it into character. Kirara? That's Mother. This girl right here is a cat girl who can turn into a box, who can climb up mountains on a box, and her whole shtick is she's a delivery driver. Look at her trailer too and tell me that you don't love her. Klee. Klee is also Mother. Klee is a comedy queen. I wish that Klee, it's so funny that she's right above Ayaka. I wish that Klee and Ayaka could hang out because Klee could tell Ayaka how to wield that comedic timing in a way more intentional way. Sara, I'll be real, skip. I loved the Tengu imagery that they did with her. Many times she actually did the actual pose, and that's cool. And that's it. And she had a lot of screen time. And that was it. Shinobi, Kuki, is that her name? I think that she's cool. Her trailer kind of flopped to me. Her personality is very much in the background. That's the looks around. I don't really get into ninja aesthetics either, so it's kind of hard for me to like, I don't know. I'm kind of stuck on her because she also has really cool hair. Like I'm looking at her now that she's like up here and I'm looking at who she's next to. I feel like this color scheme belongs in okay. She's okay. Yeah, she's okay. Layla is Mother. I'm going to keep returning to Final Fantasy XIV because that's kind of like the core online space that I come from. This is Ashlosian. And I want Final Fantasy XIV developers to look at her and like her mannerisms and what they do and try to implement something there. Also, she like sleeps like Musharna on some of her skills. Like she like turns herself into this image of like this girl sleeping on a moon. And I don't know her story at all. I did not meet her in the Archon quest, but I pulled her and I've been obsessed with her ever since. Lisa, Blitz. Mother, Blitz. Lynette. Lynette is Mother too because her story is really deep. You can dig your heels into it. That bow is so iconic. I wish I could have that bow. And she's such a cool character that when I first started playing, she was running as a free character that you could get. And I got her and I was like so excited that I posted a video of it. And people were like, girl, that's a free character. Why are you so excited? And I was like, because she's cool. She does this really cool thing where she'll like strip her cape off, like almost like Joker in Persona 5. She'll strip her cape off and she goes into this phantom mode and she runs really fast, which not only helps with like traveling around the maps, but it also looks really cool. Lynette, or Linny, also Mother. Linny doesn't need explanation because he's explained himself enough in the game. Mika. Mika gets a bad rap. Mika's girly pop. Mika is Tails the Fox coded. And this is what I was saying, that Genshin Impact is a good way for us as a community to sort of connect on other levels, because when I look at Genshin, Genshin is so, it references so much of its genre. It references so much of its medium. This is a video game for gamers to the point where Genshin Impact is almost unintelligible to people who don't play games this deeply. Mika is Tails the Fox coded, and that's all I'm saying. Mona. Now, Mona's a good example of what I'm talking about with the Mondstadt girlies, because Mona, from what I recall, comes from that era, and she's still retained at least okay. At least okay. You know, now that we're this deep into the video, I'm noticing this as well. Not only is there power creep in Genshin Impact, there's also slay creep. Let's look at all the characters in Mother. This is Leeway. So, shout out to Baizhu, Leeway, Fontaine, Sumeru. Okay, no, that's a good mix. That's a good mix. But if you are in Fontaine, it's going to be really hard to put you in like looks around or okay. Nahida. Nahida's one of my favorites. She's not my most favorite, but she is one of my favorites, and I want to build a secondary team around her. If you guys can think of anything really interesting for like a girly pop Nahida team, please let me know in the comments. She's girly pop though. I was going to say Mother because she is my favorite, and no, she's Mother. I was thinking about it. I see everything. The Samsara. Duke. Nahida's a great character. I think what makes it hard for me to like say it off the bat is because Sumeru had a really bad pacing issue with that desert. You get stuck in the Samsara, which is interesting at first, and then it starts getting really disorienting, and then they send you straight to the desert. Like, girl. Navia. Mother. Umbrella Warfare, I guess. Navia is actually really A really amazing character. They do something so sophisticated. So Navia is kind of like a foil to Yoimiya, which we'll get to way later in the video. Navia functions in Fontaine as a way to introduce the context of Fontaine, the town. Yoimiya did that too, by taking you around and talking about her shop and the fireworks and stuff like that. Navia kind of takes you around too and introduces you to her family, which then introduces you to the aristocracy of Fontaine, which then introduces you to the corruption of justice in Fontaine. And all the while, she's leading you on this goose chase of a detective hunt to figure out what happened to her father. And that storytelling was so good. You learned so much lore about the game while also having fun. And her character is like funny and charming, and the outfit is sick. Umbrella Warfare, baby. Nouvellette. The Oratrice Mécanique d'Analyse Cardinal would be nothing without Nouvellette sitting on his throne, and that's what I call a slay, and Nouvellette is that man. Nouvellette's a man. I was asking for a man, and we found a man. I'm sorry. Nouvellette, I love you, girl. Nilou's camp, she's mother. What she did was initiate a gag order, not like Ningguang by going into the sky and going, and like, you know, doing that thing that Ningguang does. Who else did a gag order? Not like Shenhe, who also initiated a gag order. Not like Nahida, who initiated a gag order when Wanderer, you know, got her in the chest and she said, I've seen this already. What Nilou did was say, well, I'm a dancer, so I'm gonna just save the world with dancing. That's literally what she did. She did it like 3 times, and it was amazing each time. Ningguang is girly pop. Ningguang was mother. Once you play up to Liyue, Ningguang is definitely mother, but so many people outdo her by, like, the moment you leave Liyue, she's outdone. Noelle is mother. She's my main. I am biased, but I also have a defense for her. She's camp. She is responsible for the KFC collaboration. Need I remind you, Genshin Impact did an entire Kentucky Fried Chicken collaboration and dressed her up in a hat and had her hold fried chicken. Would you like 1 drum or 2? But not only that, she's the intro character that can shield itself, basically can be invulnerable like every 10 seconds, and self-heal while her shield is up. So she's really tanky. She's really easy to use. She can't scale super wild, like her numbers can't go super crazy like say Father or Arlechino. I'm just gonna say both those names. But she's super fun and she's super sweet, and I love the campy idea of like having the most background tutorial character be part of your team. And on top of that, she looks like Poppy from Xenoblade Chronicles. Chi-Chi is girly pop, because even though everyone doesn't want to talk about Chi-Chi, even though everyone doesn't like Chi-Chi, even though everyone has an opinion about how much screen time they want Chi-Chi to have, she's gonna have it, and she's gonna play that joke for hours and hours and hours. I'm Chi-Chi. What a weird character. And the fact that she's so cursed that you always get her when you don't want her. I love Chi-Chi. I liked A's story, but I'll be so real. As an Archon, now that I'm in Fontaine and I've been able to compare her to Nahida, Furina, Venti, and Zhongli, she's okay to me. She really is. Next time, I'll strike twice. That was really iconic, but I don't know. I feel like in some parts she meanders. She's also kind of standoffish, which doesn't really lead itself to being girly pop. It definitely can be, but it's harder to do, and I don't think she does it well. Wolf Guy. That's a looks around because Razor, that's his name. That's a looks around because he's a really early character, but he's also a background character, much like Noelle. They look really similar now that I'm looking at it. I digress. I'm just like, I'm not into it. Rosaria is definitely girly pop, and this is because she's got representation from the community that keeps her there. And I'm not talking about like the sort of representation that's toxic, because some people are on the internet acting complete fools because they're obsessed with characters. Rosaria, people who like represent Rosaria or talk about Rosaria, they're like, oh yeah, she eats, you know, but she's just like not really like currently promoting, but you know. Kogami is mother, and this is why. When you first meet Kokomi, you are fighting in the middle of a conflict with Sara, and then it's getting really bad. And then suddenly the energy shifts, and the water starts rising up from the ground in like reverse droplets. And then the water starts turning into bubbles. And then the bubbles start turning into like Sailor Moon coated iridescent bubbles. And then as this stuff is rising from the ground, this mermaid goddess ascends or descends from the sky. And she says, I'm Kokomi. And I represent Watatsumi. I'm here to help you to break the shackles of Inazuma and open our borders. We are the freedom fighters. And I am gorgeous. Sayu. Sayu is a looks around as well. I really want to like Sayu, but she doesn't really have any screen time. And I saw her like one time and I like forgot what she even did. Shenhe, mother. The gag order that she pulled off in Liyue was better than Ningguang's. This guy right here, this, what is he, a lawyer, a cop or something? I know some people like him, but he's still a scab for me. You have to be honest. I'm not saying that this is a representation of you or your taste. I'm just like saying like in terms of girly pop. Like look at what he would have to compete with if he was even in looks around. And you have to be honest with yourself in how he's represented in the game. He does not compete with Jean or Collei or Chevreuse. He definitely doesn't compete with he definitely doesn't compete with Kamisato Ayaka. He definitely doesn't compete with Chiori. Like, no. He does not rub shoulders with anyone but Skip. Actually, no. He's looks around. I'm looking at the Skip category. He doesn't deserve to be there. Animal test 3,762. Girly pop. No, she's okay. She's okay. She has that one thing. But that's it. And I got so excited that I made her girly pop. But let's be real. She doesn't compare to these. Now, is this Toma or Child? Okay, wait. That's Toma. That's Child. Child is girly pop. Child is definitely girly pop. When you first meet Child in Liyue, he says, hey, girly. He's walking around doing whatever he wants to do. He loves to fight. He loves to pick fights. He loves messiness. He loves drama. He got accused of a crime that we are currently investigating in the act that I'm in. And he was just like sitting in the court after we like convinced Nouvellette to let him go. And he was just like sitting there like eating his popcorn watching the show because he's just so messy. He loves drama. Toma is also girly pop. Toma was the one saving grace ally that I had in Inazuma because Inazuma felt so oppressively closed off. I was like, is there anyone here who can do a tongue pop? Is there anyone here who can like, I don't know, key with me for a second? Toma was the only one there. And for that, like, girl, you kept me going. Tignari, I love the design. I think Tignari is a gorgeous character in every way, but he's not girly pop. He's okay though. Traveler. I guess it depends on who you are as a person. It can go either way. Okay. Venti. I love the idea of Genshin Impact. Let me just say this. Venti's mother. I love the idea of Genshin Impact doing this thing where the very first god that is introduced for their first nation is a 5'0" twink who is never around to do his job and is also totally known to be a complete, like, belligerent, like, drunk. That's just camp to me. That's looking camp right in the eye. Scaramouche, can you do the fandango? I don't like him, but he is girly pop. I can't deny that impact. He's got an impact. Scaramouche has, like, Swifties behind him, and that's all I'm gonna say. Recently, I asked, okay, this is funny. I always joke that I have manifestation powers in my Twitch chat. And when I started playing Genshin Impact, I was joking. I was like, oh, there's no men in here. But like, I'm in a 10-year relationship. I got all the man I need. But like, I was just like joking, like, there's no men in here. And then they debuted recently, right after I started playing. You're welcome. He's not girly pop. He's manly pop, but he's not girly pop. He's okay. He could definitely be girly pop though. I don't think that he's opposed. His character does not seem opposed to like, you know, partying with like Chiori or Lynette. It's just like he's busy in the underground with the boys, you know? I think Zhang Ling looks around She's cool and all, but her character is honestly a little bit boring to me. Maybe she'll redeem herself when I get to her character story, though. Bayonetta! Mother. Who's Zhao? Zhao is also okay. Zhao's okay. His character by nature doesn't really want to be around you. I like his playstyle. I like his outfit. I like his vibe. I feel like I'm still gonna feel it out though until I see his character story. Xingqiu is girly pop. His outfit that he recently got, the Uji inspired one, told me everything I need to know about the vibe that he has because that matches him so well. I don't know, he's just like really sweet and demure and serene and elegant, and like a lot of girls hate him for it, but like he doesn't care because he's too busy reading books, and all his haters don't read books. All his lovers read books. I don't read books, I listen to audiobooks though. Xinyan looks around. I love her because she's southern just like me, and I love the fact that in this anime game in Mondstadt, for some reason there's like a country Southern American accent. Or is she from Mondstadt? I don't know. I also love that she's like a rocker chick, but I don't know. Why did they make that character? I don't know why they made this character, because they just like made it and then left it. Yae Miko. That's a mother right there. That's a mother right there. That's a mother right there. Yae Miko is the kind of girl who will never, ever, ever give you peace. She's always going to be picking at you. She's always going to be saying this, that, and the other, but she's also always going to be there for you. She's going to give you really good makeup tips. She's going to tell you exactly how to blend that concealer in to look just like your skin. She's going to be honest with you and tell you that your hair is looking a little bit weird, but she's also going to hook you up with a salon and a stylist that's going to get you together. Yae Miko is just very honest, and she can be very deadpan, and I love her delivery. Yanfei is okay. I am biased with my username being Fawn. She does have a lot of imagery that reminds me of like deers because of the horns. It's same with Ganyu. It's kind of interesting that Ganyu's in the same category, but not a lot of representation, and I'll be honest, a lot of her skills look kind of boring. Yao Yao is another character that I really, really love. If I could, I would run her on a team with Nahida, but I haven't really crunched the numbers on that because I'm still working on my main team. I don't know if I can do that, but I love Yao Yao. Her little summon is so cute. Her run is so cute. I love Yao Yao. That's very girly pop. Eula! That's Eula, baby. That's what I always say about you.
At this point, my brain was melting, and I got Yellen and Eula mixed up. But I love Yellen. She looks like the international pop star, Jessica J.
Eula, that's Eula, baby. That's Mother, baby. The dancers are always going to be in Mother. Let's check to see if Girly Pop has any dancers. No. See, the dancers are in Mother. Yeah, for sure. Yap Mia. I'm sorry, Yoi Mia. The outfit, sickening. The hair, sickening. She looks like Riku from Final Fantasy X. The concept of her battle, like a firework ranger, sickening. Talks way too much. That quest really put a bad taste in my mouth in Inazuma. Yunjin kind of has the same sort of flair as another dancer. See, I was sitting here trying to classify and justify it, but that's all you need to know is that she's a dancer, she's a mother. That's girly pop. That's like the 120% girly pop. Zhongli is girly pop. I don't care. I don't care. A lot of people aren't going to get this, but he's a certain type of character, and they wrote him a certain way, and I really love it. The comedy of him being the god of commerce and then also not having a conception of what money is and constantly like getting things and not being able to afford it, but also being like a very put together man. Oh, I don't have money. It's just like, it's funny to me. Let me know what you guys think. Let me know what other games you'd like me to check out. I play, let me see, rattle some stuff off the top of my head. I play pretty much everything except for Call of Duty. I don't play a lot of Valorant. I did try it out though. I think it's an interesting game. It's just like not my cup of tea because it's like CSGO, and I don't really like CSGO either, but I have a long history of video games. I've played video games since I was like 7 years old, like really hardcore. Not like a 7-year-old, but like when I was like 12, like when I went to middle school, I used video games a lot as like a form of escapism, being as girly pop as I am. It really, really helped me, and I did rely on it a lot in my teenage years, so I have a lot of hours into gaming. I'm now like almost 30, so please mention something. I would love to explore more games with you guys, and I hope that you guys like this list. I'm working on some more Final Fantasy XIV stuff soon. Thank you all for all of the ideas that you gave me, and I hope that whatever you guys are up to today or tonight, it's gonna go well. Thank you so much, and thank you everyone for all the support helping this channel grow so fast. Bye!